Hey guys, it's Rachel and I wanted to do my first declutter purging of my makeup collection video. I go through my collection pretty regularly and just pick out things I haven't touched in a while or things that are old, and I usually will chuck them or give them to a friend. I do that pretty regularly anyway. But today I bought new storage units for my makeup, so I was moving all my makeup from its old storage to this new storage, and I was looking at all my makeup and I thought that it would be a good time to kind of chuck things I haven't used in a long time or things like that, because my new storage units, they're not very roomy. Like, they're more of a tight squeeze, so I can only keep so much in it. So I thought, I should just go through it because I haven't gone through it in like a couple months or whatever. So I thought, let's go through it. And so many people are doing these declutter and purging of your makeup collection videos, so I thought I would make one as well. I love watching those kind of videos. So I'm just going to go through the two products and tell you guys why I am giving it away or throwing it out. So the first two products are bronzers, and one I'm giving away and one I'm throwing out. The one that I'm throwing out is the Bourjois Chocolate Bronzer. I got this last summer on my Europe trip. This is what it looks like. This is a really nice bronzer to kind of warm up your skin and give you a nice bronzy glow. It is matte, but it's not dark enough for me to contour with. I like this a lot, except for the fact that I started developing a film over it. I don't know why I started developing a film. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's kind of like a film on it, and it's really hard to get pigmentation off of it. I read online that you can just scrape off the top layer and use it again, and I've done that like 3 times with this bronzer, and every single time I wipe it off, it always comes back. So I'm done trying to use this. I have other bronzers that are just as good as this, so I'm just throwing this out. I don't want my friend to have to like bother with this. It's just going in the garbage. The next bronzer is kind of new, but I do like it, but it's not something like holy grail status that I need to have in my collection. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Bronze and Chic Bronzer. I picked this up because I heard a lot of good hype on it on YouTube, and I heard it was being discontinued, so I wanted to get my hands on it. It was 40% off, so I was like, why not? The reason I don't like this bronzer is because I feel like it's too warm toned and orangey, so that's what it looks like. The only non-warm toned shade I feel like in the little quad is the super dark one, and whenever I use it I feel like I look a little bit muddy. I own a lot of other bronzers that are better for contouring purposes, and I have bronzers that are better for warming up your skin purposes. I don't really need this bronzer, and I know my friend has been saying she needs a bronzer, so I'm just going to give this to her. She'll get better use out of it, because I picked this up recently and it's been sitting on my vanity of new products I usually grab for when I'm doing my makeup and stuff, and I haven't been touching this at all. I've been just sticking to Hoola and my Sephora bronzer, so I decided it's time for me to say goodbye to this bronzer. So the next product is a blush, and I don't know if I'm going to give this to a friend or not because this is kind of old and it's a cream blush, so I don't know if it's sanitary to give this to a friend, but this is the Maybelline Bouncy Blush in Peach Satin. Looks like this. I mentioned this in a product or buying video, and I've been trying to use it this summer, trying to find a way to use it. It's a really nice color. It's like a orangey reddish color. It's not a bad color. It's just a little bit hard to work with, and I have so many other blushes that are easier to work with, so I never reach for this. So I don't know if I'm giving this to a friend yet or not. I don't know if it's sanitary too, but yeah, I just didn't like it. It was just too hard to work with. So I hate being bothered by it, so I never use it. So the next products I have to talk about are foundations. The first one is a Revlon Color Stay Whipped Foundation. I liked this a lot when I first got it. It has good oil control, super full coverage. Your skin looks flawless. Your pores disappear. Like, your skin looks amazing when you're wearing this foundation. It just looks very mask-like, and I don't like that anymore in my foundations. I used to like really full coverage, but now it feels way too heavy on my skin. And I've used up a lot of it. If you look at it, like, I'm almost at the bottom. And I was trying to use it up by using it for filming. But whenever I use it for filming, I realized the next day I had bumps, and it has to have been this. I changed back to some other foundations I know don't break me out. And once I stopped using this, it would go away. So I know that I can't use that because it breaks me out. The next product is another kind of moussey foundation, and I realized that I do not like moussey foundations. This is a Rimmel Stay Matte. It's in the shade 203 True Beige, and this just is way too heavy on my skin, super full coverage. I feel like it sinks into my pores and emphasizes them. It's just very full coverage. I don't like it. It looks kind of mask-like, and also, like, it says stay matte, but this does not keep me matte whatsoever. I get oily within 2 or 3 hours, and usually I'll let that slide. This is a stay matte foundation, so I feel like it should keep me matte, and the shade is way too pink for me, so I don't know if I'm going to chuck that or not, because it's like a full tube. I feel really bad, so I might try giving that one to a friend. And then this product my friend actually gave to me, and this is the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Oil-Free Makeup. So she gave this to me because it didn't match her skin tone wise anymore. She lost her tan, and she said that she was not using it, so she gave it to me because I'm pretty tanned. And I love the coloring of this foundation. The skin color is perfect. I love it. But the thing is, it's so oily on my skin. I get greasy in 2 to 3 hours. This has salicylic acid in it, so I thought, you know, it'd be a little bit better for my oily skin. But no, this is just not good on my skin. It gives barely any coverage, surprisingly, and I don't like the smell of it. It smells weird. It smells so makeup-y, so I don't really like this foundation. I'm just going to chuck it because none of my friends are dark enough to wear that. And then the next product is a concealer. This is L'Oreal True Match Concealer. This is a liquid version. I really, really like this concealer. This is just a little bit too dark for me right now. It's N4 to 5. It's very, very dark. So I can't use it because I'm not that tan anymore. I like this concealer. It gives really, really good coverage. Good for spot concealing, not under your eyes. It doesn't give coverage for under your eyes, but for spot concealing, it's really, really nice, and it has the same kind of consistency as an ACT Pro Longwear. This is just very, very old. This is one of my first concealers I got in like freshman year of high school, so that's literally like 3 years ago. And I used up a good amount of it, so I thought it's finally time to just chuck this. I'm not getting this dark ever again, so I thought, you know, why just keep it hanging around my collection. So moving on to eye products, the first one is this Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant Lash. I got this as a birthday present from Sephora, and so many things. This is a pricey mascara, and this does nothing for me. So first of all, this brush is freaking huge. Like, look at that brush. It is so big. Like, I have very small Asian eyes. No, it doesn't work. I got like smudges all over my eyelids from that. And also the formula, I couldn't even wear it long enough to see if it smudged or not because the formula just did not hold my curl. Like, I usually wear waterproof mascaras and things like that because my curl is pretty hard to hold. This did not hold my curl at all. Literally, they were straight after I applied it. I was so upset. I can't. Like, I don't know if I want to give it to a friend or not, because I really just did not like did not like it that much that I think I'm just going to throw it out because, honestly, it's such a horrible mascara. I don't even know why it's like so expensive, and this is exactly why I don't like high-end mascaras. The next products are eyeshadows, and the main reason I'm getting rid of these eyeshadows are just because I have a lot of repeat colors in my collection, and I know my friends would appreciate these eyeshadows way more than I am going to, so I'm going to give it to them. So the first eyeshadow is an eyeshadow duo from the brand called 2 Cosmetics. This is like a pinky little duo right here. The camera's washing it out really badly, but it's actually very pretty. It has a very nice matte pink shade and a really pretty shimmery pink shade. And ever since I got my Naked 2 palette, I always reach for that when I want pinky tones. I never ever reach for this little duo. So I'm just going to be giving this to a friend because I know that they're going to like this way more than I will. The next eyeshadow is a NYX single. This is in the shade Pure Gold. This has a really, really nice formula. It's very smooth, buttery, and pigmented. It's a really great formula, but the color is just not for me. And I have very similar shades. Like, I think Trick is very similar to this, and there's another shade in the Wet n Wild palette that's very similar to this as well. And I never reached for this. I think I wore it once or twice for a tutorial, and that was it. I never touched it ever since then. So it's been a year since I touched this bad boy, so I was like, you know what, my friend's gonna like it much more than I will. The next product is a brow product, but I started using it as eyeshadow. This is the Milani Brow Fix Kit. I used to use this for my brows a long, long time ago. It's in the shade Medium. I used to use a darker shade in here. This is what it looks like. So I stopped using this on my brows because I dyed my hair black, and then this is too warm toned. The brown is a little bit more too warm toned for my brows, so I stopped using it for my brows, and I was using it as eyeshadows. But I realized I have a lot of palettes that are very similar to color scheme. It's like a warm brown, a dark brown, and like a shimmery shade. I have a lot of palettes that have those shades already, and whenever I would want a shade like these, very basic shades, I would always reach for those palettes, and I never reached for this one. I think the last time I used this was like last summer, so I decided that I'm going to give this to a friend. And then the last products are lip products. A lot of them I'm chucking because they're lip glosses, and I think it's nasty to share lip gloss. It's like, I feel like a breeding ground for bacteria. So these I'm throwing out. So the first one is this Miraness lip balm in the shade number 9. It's a warm toned pink, and the color just doesn't work on my skin tone. It's a warm toned pink right there, being washed out, but looks so bad. I have tried wearing this at least 10 times, but it never looks good. My teeth look yellow, and it looks so bad next to my skin color complexion. The formula is very thick. It's not comfortable to wear, and the packaging broke, so you can't even close it properly anymore, so that's just going into the trash. The next lip gloss is this Be a Bombshell lip gloss in the shade Hot Mess. It's a nice bright red shade. I used to wear this a couple times whenever I wear a red lip, which is very rare, but I do sometimes, and I would wear this lip gloss on top of it. Nothing wrong with the formula. It's a little bit thick, but it's not anything too bad or sticky. The reason I'm gonna throw this one out is because, first of all, it's like 2-3 years old, so that's nasty. And also, like, I have another red lip gloss. I have the Riri Woo from MAC, and I got that more recently, so I've been using that a lot more than this one, and I don't think I've ever reached for this more. I think I've used this like twice or something, or 3 times, so I never reached for this, and it's very old, so it's just going in the trash because I don't want to be sharing my lip germs with someone. And then this is the first lip gloss I ever bought, and I'm like, okay, I need to throw this out. It's really old. This is the Revlon lip gloss in Peony. I don't even think they make this formula anymore. That's how old it is. This is what it looks like. It's a very pretty, like, nude peachy shade. It's like it reminds me of Orgasm from NARS, like the blush shade. It's a very nice color. I wore it a lot when I first got into makeup. I just haven't reached for it in like a year, I think, and it's old. So that's just gonna go in the garbage because nasty. Okay, and then I have 2 lipsticks that I'm gonna be giving away. This one is pretty new. I used it once. I'm gonna give this one to a friend. This is my Makeup Forever, what is this? Rouge Artist Natural and number N9. This came in a birthday gift from Sephora this year with Smoky Lash. This birthday gift this year was really bad because this lipstick is the exact same color as my lips, and it just doesn't show up. It's very sheer and like moisturizing. I understand it's like the natural formula, so it is going to be a little bit more sheer, but it just doesn't really do anything for my lips. It looks very similar to my lip color, and I don't get anything from this lip product, so I'm just going to give that to a friend. And then the next product is an M. Chanfon lipstick. This is what it looks like. I got this in an Ipsy bag a long time ago. It's a very sheer color, again, like, that's it right there. It's very, okay, it looks pigmented in that swatch, but on my lips, it does not show up at all. It doesn't look like I put anything on my lips. It's the shade Miss Money. It is very natural looking, and I don't like it. It just doesn't look like anything on my lips. Like, I might as well just put lip balm on my lips kind of color. So, I'm just not a fan of this lip color. It looks kind of moisturizing, which I guess is good, but I'm just not a fan of this, so I'm going to be giving that to a friend, or actually, the scent kind of changed on it, so I might just be throwing this one out. But, yeah, so that's all the products I am purging from my makeup collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, or I just love watching purging videos. Like, I think they're great. I don't know why. I love watching people declutter their makeup collections. It just, I don't know why. I just love it so much. So anyway, I hope you guys found my version of it fun to watch, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!